Hello, hello, all you little stashers out there. It is January 2nd of 2023. It is a new year, and with a new year is coming all kinds of new stuff. So, wanted to say hello, everybody. Hello. Happy 2023. Happy New Year. I hope you guys all had a absolutely fantastic, fabulous Christmas. I should have picked one of those, but my brain got very excited about both words. So fantastic Christmas is what came out. And I hope everybody is safe, happy, healthy. And today is going to be the first start of what we're hoping is going to be a very more frequent, kind of a regular sort of show update. Just sort of whatever here on Stash Collectibles TV. And we are going to be sharing through several different social media sites. So I primarily will probably be sending most of my content here through Facebook. That's most of where I know everybody at. And it's where just most of what I do, that's just where that world is for me. So you'll probably see me more on Facebook. Steve, you'll probably be seeing more on maybe Twitch and some of those other channels that I know they exist. I know nothing else about them past that because I'm not a gamer. I'm not really in that world. I do watch gamer YouTubers though, but usually on the games that are easier, like Pokemon or original Mario. So those are kind of my gaming level. Once the controllers came out that had the joystick thing, I'm the person, every time I try to play one of those, I'm the character in the corner that's just looking up and down and turning in circles, stuck in a corner going, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know how to get out of here. And so no, I need just the arrow, the D-pad, and like a few buttons, and past that, useless. So so that's where you'll probably be seeing, and then you'll see combined content from the both of us pretty much everywhere. So just to kind of give you guys a little bit of an excitement, little sneak peek, a little peek behind the curtain of what you guys can expect from us coming this year. We are really, really, really excited. We have put a lot of groundwork into this, and it's really a dream come true for us. So we're just really excited, and thank you so much for all of you that have been here and part of it with us. So to start off today, I guess first I should introduce myself officially. I am the second half of Stash. I am Ashley, and my husband Steve is the first part of Stash. Stash is actually a nickname we've had for ourselves pretty much kind of since we were dating in college. Some people had kind of given us that nickname, and we never really kind of like use it or made it anything official. It was just sort of a nickname thing we did. And when it came to naming what we were doing here, Steve remembered that and brought it up. And then Collectibles is obviously everything that we work with or that I make or Steve finds, and so it just all seemed to work. Excuse me. So I am the second half of Stash. I am Ashley. Pretty much what you see is what you get. I'm not as young as I would like to be, but I'm nowhere near as old as I'm gonna get. So that's good, and we'll just leave that there. I've got 3 fantastic kiddos. 2 are teenagers. One's about to graduate high school. And then we have our youngest, who is still, he's getting ready for middle school. So other than that, we got cats, we got dogs. I'm obsessed with cats, so my world will be a lot of cat stuff. But other than that, I'm a creator. So all of the handmade art you will see here, a few pieces will be by Steve, but all of the handmade, craft art is all made by hand by me. I've been an artist in one way or another since I was about middle school age. So I've worked with all different kinds of mediums, pretty much anything you can really think of outside of really film. I never really did photography or film or anything along those lines, but I have done singing. I did play an instrument. I actually got a scholarship to college for playing the flute. I've made jewelry. I've been a painter. I've done drawing, crochet, knit, resin, epoxy, rhinestones. I mean, sort of all of it. I'm kind of just always been really intrigued by all of that. So, and Steve says the audio sounds good. So thank you. Yay. That's always very comforting to know that I'm not sitting here and just jammering away and everyone's like, yeah, I what? So always comforting to know that. So thank you, Steve. I appreciate dance. So, and I will be reading as many of the comments as I can and responding to them live. So if you see me, referencing something that you're going, wait, who? I'm referencing the comments. I will try to remember to make sure I'm always letting you know that's what I'm doing. But any of the handmade stuff that you see here will be handmade by me. And today, that is what we're going to be going over. Today, I wanted to show you guys my keychains. So I'm going to actually come over here. So if you go, this is our website. And if you were to come over here to Stash Stuff, you'll see Ashley's keychains and Bling Queen tumblers. Those are also me. I make full covered rhinestone tumblers. This here is my personal water one. This is when I used to make the glitter and epoxy tumblers. I no longer am actually physically able to make those, at least for the foreseeable future. Huh? Change the scene. Oh, I didn't. See, I knew I was supposed to click something and I didn't, and now I'm going to.
Teamwork!
This is our website. Oh, I'm learning. If you guys don't know, and if you can't tell, which I'm sure it's blindingly obvious by now, this is my first time being in charge of the buttons by myself. And, well, I am not technologically gifted whatsoever. So, and yes, I'm one of those people that says what, like whip, like Brian on Family Guy makes fun of Stewie for saying cool whip. I am one of those that is how I pronounce my WHs. So you will hear that a lot, and I am just a freebie little giggle to you every time you hear it. Please laugh away. I have been made aware that I pronounce it that way pretty much my whole life. For some reason, it's the one thing that won't go away. And it's weird because when I was actually a little kid and growing up, I had a heavy Southern accent because my mom was from down there and she'd only lived here a few years before she had me. And I had a really heavy Southern accent. And at certain times in my life, it'll still come out here and there. But for the most part, I dropped my accent just naturally. For some reason, this thing that I'm hyper aware of that I do, I cannot seem to stop. So, not that this is important to you at all, but I feel like I should share my vulnerability with you. So, anyway. I don't even know how I got there. Anyway, it's my first time in charge of the buttons. It's a learning curve. I promise I'll get better. This is our website. And if you were to come over here to Stash Stuff, you would click that. It'll drop down here. Ashley's keychains. Ashley is me. Keychains are these. And I make these by hand. You'll see Bling Queen tumblers, like I was saying. I do make the full rhinestone tumblers. As I was saying, I make these, I used to make the resin epoxy cups. I don't do those, so I switched over to covering the same cups, but now I cover them in rhinestones. Very beautiful, and I will be doing a show on some of those upcoming. So, but that is, so all of the handmade stuff that you'll see on here, the keychains, the bling tumblers, and then you'll see Steve's prints. He has amazing photography prints, and the prints you'll see there, they are for order for prints. So this is where you could, purchase anything that you want from us. You'll also see here some information about things you'll see on the site. Our main page here is you'll see books, comics, pop culture. So you'll see we just kind of do a little bit of everything. It's kind of whatever tickles mine and Steve's brains. So we figured there must be more people out there that are like us and have the same interests. So here we are, and we hope you find us. If you have found us, we are so happy that you're here. So today we're going to be going over to some of my keychains. So if you come in here, what we'll be looking at here is I just wanted to give you guys a really good just kind of going over of what the differences are and really what they're about. So here is the first one I wanted to show you guys. There'll be different shapes you'll see here. So you'll see most of them will be this 2-inch disc. What these are is an acrylic disc blank that I cover in glitter, epoxies, decals, vinyls, rhinestones. You'll see that there's a lot of different options in here. Primarily I work with the 2-inch discs. I think that they're the perfect size for me. And I think for most people for using them, I do have these other sizes and shapes, but primarily you're going to see mostly this size. And you will notice that there are differences in the styles of them, you know, very, very, very good selection, and I'm always making more. So I wanted to show you some here. If you click down in here, so you'll click on an image, it'll show you here what you've got. You can zoom in, which I don't want it to do, but it is. So Be Kind, this one here is it is a sort of sunburst shape, and then it's got hung up here. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but it's really getting on my nerves. Anyway, so you see the sunburst design, and then you can also see like it's got the decal on it that has the Be Kind, and I just thought that was so pretty. And then the other side here you'll see has the same glitter, but it's got a matching chunky glitter that goes over it. And then here you can see it's got the 2 big beads. Those are called bubblegum beads. And then it's got some European smaller large hole beads that have all these different designs and colors. So there's going to be so much variety. And then a handmade tassel on some of them that is made by me to match it. So that is one of an option there. Then we have, let me find another fun. So here is another decal one, and this one's really just an image. I wanted to give an option to where maybe if you don't want a saying, you know, or any kind of words, you just really are just looking for just a visual aesthetic. I thought that this was a nice option. So you got a really pretty teal, a nice vibrant red, and a nice really dark mauve, sort of wine purple roses there. And then over here you've got the back with a matching chunky glitter. You can see here's a closer up of the decals, and then you can see it's got your fun beads that match it. This is a style that does not have an added tassel. I wanted to give, because not everybody likes a bunch of you know, extra things hanging on there, so I tried to give a lot of variety. I have everything from very, you know, motivational, uplifting, you know, be kind, to this, you know, sort of your little sassier, a little funnier. I run a tight shipwreck. So not everything. Gonna have a lot of different vibes too on this. So you see you've got your nice matching sort of aquatic theme colors and beads that match it. Then we're going to have some that might be a little bit sassier. Let's see here. I love this saying. This one was hilarious to me. Adulting is soup and I am a fork, meaning adulting and I don't necessarily go well together. We can get it done, but it's going to be a disaster. Going to be a little suffering along the way. So this is another one that does not have a tassel. If you do not prefer the tassel, we will have some that are going to be a little off color, a little sassier. I will let you ferret through here and see if you can find some. This one is personally one of probably my favorite one that I've made so far. It's adult-ish, which I think I qualify as that. It's a little up close, a little bit more up close on the decal of it, on the front of it. I just really liked the soft pinks. It just had this really soft opal feel to it. So the glitter I went with was very opal-y. And I love pink, any pink and all pink. I love any and all pink. I just love this one. It was just so soft and, of course, pink and sparkly. So it just ticked all the boxes of happiness for me. And then I wanted to come down and show you guys some of the rhinestoned keychains I've done. So here is a green. I call this one Emerald Isle. This is actually a rhinestone color mix that I came up with myself. So I mixed the colors and created the mix myself. And then I strung matching beads. You can see the gumball beads. And then I did also make the tassel for this one. This one is actually a thread tassel instead of the faux leather. There's an up close here of the rhinestones. See my handsome hubby's hand holding my beautiful keychain. He's the perfect hand model. Steve, you are the perfect hand model. I love everything about it. The adultish one is really pretty. It's just very soft, and I like it too. Steve has commented over here. It's really pretty. It's hard for me to sell that one. I might have to make myself another one. But we got different greens here on this one. And then the other side of the rhinestone ones, I just show just glitter, matching glitter on the other side, so that the showstopper in the showcase really is the rhinestones. On all of the keychains, one side you'll clearly see that one side is really the focus. The other side will be more complementary. So, but that way also, you know, no matter what side is showing, there's always something beautiful, sparkling, and showing. So you see this has a teal fine glitter, and then I used a chunkier matching glitter that goes over that. So, and these are glued on very well. So I know some questions that people will have will be for these keychains. Well, these rhinestones, are they really safe on there? Are they going to get knocked off? And no, they are not. You will break you would have to try to break the glass, and the glass of these stones will break before they pop off. They are put on with a glue that is specifically used for adhering rhinestones, and the processes that I do to make sure that they stay on. And I know that because I've made mistakes on creating them and thought that I could just take them off and fix it, and that quickly became apparent that that was actually not an option. Once they're on, they're pretty much on for life. So they are very, very, very durable. You know, I mean, you don't want to be taking them and using them and swinging them and smashing them into things, but I would hope you wouldn't want to be doing that anyway. So, but you know, so a question I know I'm going to get, and I know I'll get a lot. I use glue forged in the fires deep within the permanent dimension. Steve's comment. Yeah, that is what this glue feels like after it dries. It absolutely does. It's actually a glue that actually takes a few days of actually curing. So once it's dry, it actually spends another 2 days curing, even hardening further, and it bonds. It winds up actually bonding the two surfaces really together. So these aren't going anywhere. So this is another mix I made here. This is a pink. Again, I love pinks, so you're probably going to see a lot of pink things that I'll naturally be tilted towards, gravitating towards those. I'm trying to get better and being more conscious of other colors that I need to focus on those too. Pink is just my favorite, and it's just my default, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to get better. But here's pink. This is another mix that I made out of stones that I've purchased from all of my different suppliers. I do have one main supplier, and then I have bought some from a few other places. But I mainly use the Blinging Bluebird is primarily where I get my all my rhinestones from. So I will take even stones that I use from her, and I'll mix them together to make my own little custom mixes. This is one that I made. I actually call it just rose water. It looks like that to me. I liked the very delicate pinks in there, and it just felt like rose petals just floating. These dark pinks just felt like rose petals floating on rose scented water to me. So I call this color rose water. That is the color of the rhinestone mix. So if you were ever interested and you said, hey, I really liked rose water, but I see it sold, you know, you can mention that to me, and I will know what mix to use to make what you are looking for. So I put the names in here so that it will definitely help everybody be able to reference whatever you're interested in or whatever just you think looks pretty. So little behind the scenes thought work from Ashley. So this one has all the different pinks, as I said, matching beads, absolutely fantastic. So let me see here, and then we got, as you can see, a lot more decal ones. Excuse me, I'm not going to go through all of these. I just wanted to give you guys a good kind of sorting through and sort of an up close of what they look like. I do want to show you one more rhinestone one. This is Soaking Up Sun Sophie. I did not come up with that bling mix or the name of it. This is from the Blinging Bluebird, and she named it, and I think it's fantastic because I happen to really love the name Sophie. So you see this is really beautiful, bright, sunny yellow. I mixed wooden beads here with these bubble gums. You got a nice rhinestone bead. It's strung up on, you know, really beautiful, bright gold keychain hardware. Homemade tassel made by me. And then you see it's got a nice, bright, yellowish, sunny gold. This is a gold glitter, but it's that really bright, sort of sunny yellow gold. So We lost 5 people on the last batch. Sorry, I just saw Steve's next comment. He's such a beautiful goofball. I love it. So, and then the rhinestone mix on the other side, again, just a beautiful, bright yellow, sunny, bright yellow. Oh, it's that come alive yellow. And yellow and orange are 2 colors I absolutely adore, and I just don't see them out in the world popular enough, and I am working to change that. I also have another fabulous orange rhinestone mix keychain that I made also from the Blinging Bluebird. That's actually up in our booth right now, so don't forget about that. So, and then one style of keychain I made that I would like to... Actually, I'd like to hear y'all's feedback on this. I made this out of faux leather tassels, well, just strips of leather that I turned into a homemade tassel here. And I strung with wooden beads. So you see it's got several different greens on here. It's an olive green, sort of a guacamole avocado green, and then a light mint green, strung with different colored wooden beads. And then it is strung up with more wooden beads up here, and then on silver hardware. So, wanted to see what you guys thought about that. What do you think of that style? Because I have a lot of different colors I could do. I could do solitary colors. I could do mixes. But I did want to try this new style. I don't know. My creative brain just said, let's do this today. So I did. And your feedback is what I need now. So if you wouldn't mind. So that was just to give you guys sort of a quick overview. As you can see, we've got a lot of different styles. So I'm going to go ahead and switch y'all back to have a little chitty chat with my face. Sorry. I wanted to show you guys, you'll see that these are named as keychain, backpack, purse clips. So that's super self-explanatory, but also I just wanted to kind of give you guys a visual of like how that works. This is actually the purse. This is actually my purse. And this is one of my earliest keychains, rhinestone keychains I made, and I use it as a purse clip. So it hangs just on my purse. It's just a little purse flare and purse clip. So, and this is a crossbody purse that I wear. I use it here. I clipped it right onto the opening of the zipper here, and there's all kinds of clippable places on a purse, ladies. We all know this. We all know this. We all know this. I have my hand sanitizer that I clip to one side, and then it's pink sparkly, so I have pink and purple sparkly also that matches my purse. So I made my purse clip to match my actual purse, and I love it. So, and then when I switch out purses, I can switch to another clip, or I can mix this clip over there, whatever I want to do. Another way that I wanted to show you guys with another one of this is my allergic to people keychain I made. So this is a decal with a matching glitter background. And they are strung on an elastic. So, and it's doubled over, so it'll give you some give. So if it were to be hanging on something and it were to get caught, it's not on something that's rigid, so it's not just going to snap and fall apart. It is on an elastic cord. I have it doubled up and it is tight so that it won't start to get, loosey-goosey, but it does still have give. So that is important, and I'm glad I remembered to tell you guys that. So, but they come with just the lobster claw here. So and it does come with the traditional keychain ring for you to put like your keys or anything on. And these are very easy to pull apart. They're not those, you got to be the Incredible Hulk to thread anything on there. But I also just like using the ease of the lobster claw. So you just, and it can you just find anywhere that you can clip it on. So here I could clip it onto the zipper, my purse there. Zips, and you see it just dangles perfectly right on your purse. So there you go, and there's your little purse dangle. So there's your option there. There's 2 different versions of it for your purse. Keychain's pretty easy. You got your keys, you clip it onto your keys. I actually don't know where the keys are, so I couldn't show you that one, but I figured that was the one that everybody knew. But then also backpack, same thing. I borrowed my daughter's backpack, so clip it onto like any of your zippers right here. So, and there you go. So that is a fantastic use. So wanted to just give everybody just a little update. I wanted to give you guys a hello and Happy New Year, and that we're going to be trying to do so many new things this year. I hope that you guys will be excited to come on the journey with us. It is going to be, and it's really going to be just kind of a sort of friends at home sort of vibe, sort of pace feeling that we're really wanting to go for. We're wanting to build this really as a community. So we are wanting to hear from you. Absolutely. You know, I definitely would love your feedback, questions, you know, chat, all of that. We're looking to build sort of a community here, and it's going to be sort of it's just very organic. We're going to go with where life is taking us, and where life is just taking life for all of us. And it's we're going to be here to hopefully share some joys, some happiness, some beauty, some history, some culture, some thoughts, some love, some compassion, and camaraderie. We really are just looking to build a place that everybody can find something that makes them feel at home, connected, seen, heard, felt, noticed. And that is what Stash is going to be. So we invite you here on these videos to watch us go through all of our stashes. And if you have any questions, you have thoughts, and you're just looking to connect, please reach out. So I am really garbage at closing these things out. I will get better, I promise. But thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for everyone that has been on this journey with us, that has so far up to now let us hear. You guys have all been part of how we've gotten here and part of why we are here. So why we're going to stay here. And we just hope that we make you proud. We hope we make you happy. We hope we make you laugh. And we hope we make everybody just remember we're all here together, and we're all going to do it. We're all going to do good. We're all going to do well. And now I'm rambling. So love you guys all. We will see you again very soon. And stash out.